We'll start with the enzymes. Okay, so yeah, so dealing with enzymes. So you have any idea about enzymes?
Yes, ma'am. It's called as biocatalyst.
Yeah, right. So the fancy word, that is the when we think about enzyme, we think next word is the biocatalyst, and the enzymes are highly specific. These are the two things that comes in our mind when we think about enzyme. One thing is biocatalyst as well as highly specific words. Okay, so what is a catalyst? Catalyst is nothing but it's a uh, it is something which
Increases the rate of reaction.
yeah, without involving itself. Okay, means you're not spending the whole catalyst. It is just it remains like that, taking the reaction much forward. Okay, the actual role of catalyst is it lowers the activation energy. What the reaction had to take this long pathway, now it is not taking that pathway. Okay, it is taking the much shorter pathway with the catalyst, in the presence of catalyst. Okay, now what is this activation energy? Okay, activation energy is something. Okay, before studying you have to make up your mind. Okay, simply just giving an example, you can't sit, yeah, after just getting up you can't sit to study. You need something to boost your mind, or some that energy, that force should be there. Similarly, the enzyme and the substrate, yeah, the reaction to take place, they should have some activation energy. Okay, they should get activated in much less time. Okay, so that they will not invest much time, they will not waste their time in just getting activated. Okay, so lower the energy, faster the reaction taking place. So here the example is I have taken about the lactose. Okay, so lactose, you know, it is made up of galactose as well as glucose. Okay, so, lactose is a sugar, so all they have the suffix as "-ose", as well as I have an enzyme that is lactase, maltase, sucrase, or any, that is a ligase, any such enzymes, all enzymes, that nomenclature I will go afterwards. Okay, so this enzyme breaks the that is the bond, breaks this galactose as well as glucose of the lactose. This is the main general function of a enzyme. So I had told about the enzyme activity, right? So enzyme, so this catalyst, what it does is the same thing. It comes and it decreases the activation energy. This is that so this was the activation energy. Initially it was required, but now in the presence of catalyst, it decreases the activation energy. Okay, now and also the difference between the energy of the reactants and the products, if it's very less, means the reaction is taking place in a faster way. Okay, did you understand, or shall I repeat?
Yes, ma'am. You can.
Should I repeat?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So reactants and the products. So here that is, we have two things. Okay, you didn't understand about the you didn't get the what, the activation energy, or
What is about activation? I didn't get about what is activation energy.
Activation energy. Okay, now activation energy is like a petrol. Okay, if it's not like a petrol also, how activation, to get activated, okay, you need some energy. Okay, it's like a food. Okay, but don't think that it is not getting used up and all. It's a slightly different way I'm telling you. You want to do some work, means you want some you want some energy, you want food, right? Similarly, See, the lesser the activation energy, the lesser, that is, the more speed the reaction takes place. Okay. Now A plus B, it's now I have two okay, I have two things, that is, this one is the enzyme and this one is the substrate. Okay, this one is the substrate. Okay, now this the reactants, this both are called as reactants, right? Enzyme as well as substrate both makes up a reactant. Okay, they should get activated, means now they are just a sleeping dogs. Okay, we can call it as sleeping dogs. You need to wake them up to make this to make the energy move faster and faster. Okay, now the how much time, the time required to activate is should be less or more. If now you see that now in front of your home you have tied two dogs. Okay, now that dog is still sleeping when the thief has entered. Now what do you want, the dog should get alert very fast or it should be very slow? That time, that is the dog getting alert, okay, that the time is called, is similar to that of the activation energy. Okay, activation energy is the time required to get activated by these reactants if they are super active. Okay, when you have more energy, more active, okay, you can go means the reaction will head to more products, right? The same thing is happening in presence of a catalyst. Okay, generally any react that is this enzyme and substrate, they are combining. In the absence of catalyst also they are combining, but the work of catalyst is it is decreasing the time required to get activated. Now the A and B, that is the enzymes and the substrates, are getting activated in much less time. Okay, so if the time required for activating is less, means they can create in that time they can create more products, right? Means yeah, they can create more products. That is this activation energy. Okay, this is the activation energy what I was talking about. Is it clear or should I repeat?
Which activation energy is increasing for the reactants, right?
Sorry, I didn't understand. Activation
The
energy.
reactants are getting activated right now.
Yes, yes. Reactants are nothing but the enzymes and the substrates. Okay, here they should get activated faster, means the time required to get activated is only the activation energy. Yeah, understood or?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, now you, if whatever you understand, whatever you got, you explain me then.
Okay, ma'am. First of all, enzymes. Enzymes are nothing but are called as biological catalyst, which increases the rate of reactions, and also it lowers the activation energy. Here, here the activation energy is nothing but the energy which is required to getting activated for the reactant as well as the product, which gives us the um, product. The reactants are getting activated to form a product with the help of the enzymes. By using these enzymes, we are lowering the activation energy. But without using this enzyme, the activation energy for a reaction is high. So, in order to lower the activation energy, we are using the enzyme. I'm sorry. Uh, Enzymes are used for lowering the activation energy. Is it clear now?
Enzymes are used to, not enzymes, the catalysts are used to lower the energy, activation energy.
Enzymes are lowering the activation energy.
Not enzymes, the catalyst. enzyme is a different thing and the catalyst is a different thing. Okay.
Enzymes and a catalyst are different. Okay, ma'am. I just got confused. Sorry.
Hi, Shamika. How are you?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. Did you understand? Did you get anything or any confusion still now?
Ma'am, I joined it now, so I didn't get it.
Okay. So I'll just brief it out what it is. Okay. We started with enzymes. Okay. When we think about enzyme, the only two things what comes in our mind is mostly they are biocatalyst and the secondly, they are highly specific. Okay. So catalyst you have studied in our 12th standards also. From 12th standard only we are studying this catalyst and all. So catalyst work is just to enhance the speed of the reaction, right? Okay. Now the enzyme and substrate means talking biologically, enzyme and substrate only make up the reactants and the giving back the products. Okay. So yeah. So what is enzymes? Here I have lactose, sugar. Okay. And yeah, as you know that sugars all end with OSE. Okay. Lactose, maltose, sucrose. Okay. They have two subunits, that is galactose as well as glucose. Okay. Now the work of the enzyme is to break it. Right. Now you have heard about some people who are having this lactose intolerance. Okay. What is this lactose intolerance? Lactose intolerance is nothing but there is deficit of this. There is deficit of this lactose enzyme, right? So there is no sufficient enzyme in our body to break down this lactose. Okay, lactase enzyme is not there, so lactose is increased in our body. It is not metabolized. Okay, and you know that whenever we take anything in our whenever we are taking that is food, what we take, it has to be broken down. Okay, that is the complex the complex molecules such as starch, okay, sucrose, lactose, maltose, all are the polysaccharides and disaccharides. Okay, it has to be broken down into monosaccharides so that the that is the further digestion becomes faster and easier way. Okay, so and also we all know about lactose intolerance, right? The people who are having less amount of lactase enzyme, they are prone to lactose intolerance. Means they can't, if they are having a little bit of that is any milk products, lactose is present in our milk, right? If we are taking any dairy products, they are having this bloatings and stomach pain, abdominal cramps and all they are having. Okay, that is called as this lactose intolerance. And also there are some other that is intolerance. If we don't have this sucrase, isomaltase like enzymes, we also have because almost we have heard about this lactose intolerance. There is also sucrase and maltase intolerance is also present. Okay, where when you take these lactose or maltose or sucrose rich products, your stomach starts or the body starts reacting in unusual way. Okay, so I was discussing about what is a catalyst and what is this activation energy. Okay, which is another fancy word. Okay, activation energy is like the energy required, okay, to you to get activated. Okay, now think that you have just woken up from sleep. Okay, now you need something like a boosting, right? You want yourself to be boosted out. So the lesser time you take to, or else you think about you're getting ready for someone for somewhere. Okay, you're getting ready for somewhere. Now the lesser the time you that is you take, the more faster you can go, right? This similarly, the reactants. Here the reactants is both the substrate as well as the enzyme. Okay, the lesser the time they take, means lesser the activation energy. Okay, the time activation energy is nothing but the energy required to get activated. The lesser the energy they require, the more faster the products are formed. Okay, now initially the substrate and the enzyme, they are having affinity. Okay, because we know that enzymes are highly specific, right? So they are having the affinity towards each other, but the thing is they require such a big that is such big time. Okay, but in our body there is no time to wait and all. We want everything to be super fast. Okay, so we have this catalyst. Okay, catalyst, what it does, it decreases the time. Okay, it decreases this activation energy so that more product is formed in the lesser duration of time. This is the activation energy. Did you get it? Or
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
okay. Yeah. Now thinking about the products and that is the reactants and the products. These are the reactants we have. This is generally what we have. That is enzyme plus a substrate. Okay, which actually it has some active site. We will discuss it later. Okay, enzyme plus substrate will give you the complex which forms the intermediate complex, enzyme substrate complex, and then we get the enzyme plus product. Okay, here some problem is there. Okay, we will get this enzyme plus product. This is the generally what it was happening. We have enzyme which is very specific for the particular substrate. When they bind to each other, get this enzyme and product gets we get this one. Okay, and here the enzyme gets back. Okay, so that it can be it can bind to more such substrates. So yeah, the another important thing about the enzyme is, now you have heard about these all cofactors, coenzymes, prosthetic groups, metal ions and all, apoenzymes and all. These are all like, it goes off our from our head when we listen about these all things, but it's very, very simple. So we have a enzyme. Okay, don't see these all things at first. Okay, we have an enzyme. The substrate comes and fits here. Okay, they are highly specific and all, I agree, but some enzymes require their that is the cofactors. Okay, the cofactors. So what they do is means they are almost bound to this substrate. Okay, only a little portion means, yeah, you need to just imagine this. Okay, you this enzyme is bound to this one. Okay, but not so properly. Okay, means it can detach without forming, without giving you the product. It can get detached at very earlier. Okay, so to make this attachment very stiff, very tight, we need this cofactor. Okay, basically yeah, did you ever see people who are nut and bolt? You have seen in between nut and bolt there is also a that is what, a screw like, not like that. Okay, we have something that's
Lock and key mechanism.
yeah, lock and key is okay. When that is wait, okay, when we have yeah, when you are hammering this nut to a wall. Okay, we will fix one wooden piece also so that it will not come out. Did you ever see that one? To a wall, when we are just put the, that is just we are hammering and hammering this one, what, the screw. Okay, not the screw, what do you call, iron nails. Iron nails, when you put on the wall, you have ever seen that we are fixing a wooden piece or something to make it more tighter?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Similar to that one is this, similar to that, the cofactor also works. Okay, it is making the substrate to sit in this enzyme very perfectly. Okay, so that it will not leave these means this detachment is not much early. Okay, without giving any product. Now, yeah, now when there is nothing, okay, when there is no substrate, when there is no cofactors, okay, don't okay, don't think about this one now, this coenzyme and all, you leave it. Okay, now when there is no when there is no substrate and no cofactors, this is called as an apoenzyme. Okay, apoenzyme will bind to this cofactor and then this binds to the substrate, so that they remain in a fixed that is fixed position. Okay, and holo means the whole thing. Okay, holo means whole thing, so the whole enzyme, you can remember like that. Okay, if you know Hindi, in that we call that is we call that we have aap ho. Okay, aap ho is also, you guys know Hindi? Yeah, you can understand Hindi.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, in Hindi we say that aap ho na. Okay, now after the entry of this cofactor, now the enzyme is thinking that it is having the less value, right? So now the enzyme, so we can remember this as aap ho na. We are giving respect. Aap means respect in Hindi, right? So it is always there. With that, we are just fixing this as temporarily. Okay. Now this cofactor is of 3 types. Okay, that is prosthetic group, coenzyme, and the metal ions. Okay, cofactors, you can think about, first one is the prosthetic group. Prosthetic group is like the wife, okay, wife of a husband who is always permanent and who is tightly bound. Okay, they are called as prosthetic group. Okay, always when we read about heme, okay, heme is a prosthetic group, we always read like that, right? Means in some phrases we read this heme as a prosthetic group. Now what is this prosthetic group? They are just the cofactors which is always bound to this enzyme. Okay, means enzymes such as peroxidase, catalase are the 2 examples given. Okay, so what is the work of this heme in this peroxidase and catalases? Peroxidase is, okay, peroxide, we know peroxide, that is H2O2. H2O2 will give you H2O, that is hydrogen peroxide will give you water and oxygen when broken down. Hydrogen peroxide in the presence of peroxidase. Okay, for this peroxidase, okay, now this H2O2, okay, now this H2O2 will give you this water and oxygen. This happens only in the presence of this peroxidase. Okay, this peroxidase, for this peroxidase to act as the as a catalyst, as their biocatalyst, it needs this heme also. Okay, it has these, don't confuse the this H2O2 as any cofactor or something. H2O2 is a substrate here. Heme is the cofactor here. Okay, heme is the cofactor here. This is H2O2 is the substrate, and for the enzyme we have peroxidase. Okay, so this was the prosthetic group, which is always tightly bound to the enzyme. That is, yeah, this apoenzyme. It is always bound to this apoenzyme. It will not leave it alone. alone. Okay, but whereas there is a difference between this and this coenzyme. Okay, this coenzyme is like a crazy girlfriend. Okay, it needs many boyfriends, that is many enzymes. Okay, this type of coenzyme, that is this type of cofactors will just, it is like it is not tightly attached. Okay, because only in times of need only this girl comes. Okay, uh, like now yeah, as you have seen here, it is bound to this that is the sorry, this heme, that is the prosthetic group, is an example of cofactor I have told. Okay, this heme binds here, and that is in presence of here, you think about heme. Okay, heme is there here. Heme is bound to this that is this apo enzyme, and then this enzyme binds. Okay, this heme, after the reaction, that is after the product has formed also, there is no release of this heme. It is always bound to this enzyme. It will not leave. Okay, whereas this coenzyme, after its work, it just means when there is coenzyme. Okay, when this coenzyme is there, what it does is after its work, it just leaves off. Okay, it's like this crazy girl, when there is more money with this boyfriend, she was staying. Okay, when the work is done, then she leaves. Similarly, the coenzyme is like the examples are this NAD and NADP. Okay, NAD and NADP, you have seen in many reactions this NAD and NADP, right? Okay, but in heme, only for certain enzymes only you will see, but unlike this NAD or NADP, you have seen in many reactions such as glycolysis, if it's done in your college, glycolysis, and even in many Krebs cycle and all, you can see NAD, and even ETC cycle, that is electron transport chain. Okay, there we can see this NAD and NADP. They are called as coenzymes. Now, hope you understood what is a prosthetic group and what is coenzyme. Till here, any doubt?
No, ma'am. Please will you repeat this point?
Yeah, which one?
This from metal, many active enzymes. I didn't understand.
Okay, the difference, that is the coenzyme and the prosthetic group. So what happens is you have this you need to just imagine. Okay, the prosthetic groups are those groups which after binding, now they are separate. Okay, initially this coenzyme, this apoenzyme and the cofactor is nothing but the prosthetic group I will take. Okay, this prosthetic group and apoenzymes, they are now they are separated. Okay, but after some time, when they get activated, okay, they bind to each other. After binding, after binding, they head to the next process, that is the substrate will bind. Okay, substrate will bind, and then there will be some changes within the substrate, and then we will get the product. That is the basic step. But the difference between the prosthetic group and an coenzyme is after the work it will leave. Okay, that is the work of this coenzyme. It will not means after this NAD or NADP, after we get the product, this also leaves off. Okay, it is not bound to this enzyme now. Whereas this prosthetic group, it is always bound to this enzyme. Okay, so that it is always bound, so that again new substrate comes, and then product is formed. So there is no time wasted in this one. Okay, and secondly, this coenzyme, okay, it is not for only a particular enzyme. Okay, it can bind to many such enzymes, so only it is called as coenzyme. Okay, it is not bound so tightly as compared to the prosthetic group. Okay, prosthetic group, so only it is tightly bound, and it is once bound, okay, it is not released. Okay, after marrying that husband and wife, the wife doesn't leave, no, and again she will not marry a new boy. Similarly, the prosthetic group is once bound to the enzyme, it will not leave the enzyme. But whereas the girl, that is this coenzyme, after binding, it will means after the product has been formed, it will leave. Okay, it will leave, and again we will get this apoenzyme. But here there is no formation of apoenzyme after the formation of this holoenzyme. Understood? Or
Yeah.
okay, so
Understood.
another example, yeah. Okay, so another example is metal ions. Okay, these were both, so initially cofactors are of two types, that is organic and inorganic. These are the organic types. Okay, this is the inorganic one. Inorganic one, of course, metal ions. Okay, you have seen one of the example is, that is the carboxypeptidase. Carboxypeptidase is one of the enzyme released by our pancreas for digestion. Okay, so this carboxypeptidase, it needs this that is zinc for the zinc for as the cofactor here. So that was the example of the cofactor, that is such as metal ions is zinc. Similarly, it acts as it acts as this coenzyme only. Okay, zinc. There is no much difference. The one such examples, mainly if they ask for any that is for definition of cofactors and all, you need to give this this classification along with the examples. This is the example. That is the heme for prosthetic group, NAD and NADP for the coenzymes. Again, you can write any reaction for that. Here we have peroxidase enzyme. Here you can give any such reactions of that is, yeah. Further, we will read about Krebs cycle reactions are there, glycolysis pathway, many reactions are there where we can see this one. And for metal ions, you can just give this example. There is no such reaction that is what we write as A plus B gives you C. It's not like that. You can just give in this writing form only. Okay, carboxypeptidase requires metal ions such as zinc. And also, you have seen about the use of this magnesium also. Magnesium ions is also used as cofactors. Okay, further we can read that one. So till here, any doubts?
No, madam.
Okay, then coming to yeah. And I want to tell about one thing, that is NAD. Okay, NAD is nothing but the nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Okay, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide is also known as vitamin B3 or niacin. Okay, so only we need to take, so we doctors prescribe more about vitamins and all, no, because we need, yeah, they act as these cofactors. Okay, so we need vitamins, that is not only vitamin B3, we have the functions are many. Okay, but here we are talking about, as we are talking about NAD and NADP, vitamin B3 is the other name for this one. So vitamins are very necessary for our for the biological reactions that is taking place in our body. Coming to the nomenclature. Yeah, coming to the nomenclature, we have, that is the okay, so so leave about these all things. The first one is, that is yeah, the first naming was given based on the suffix. Okay, suffix, it was given. Suffix, how it was given as suffix is that is maltose. Okay, suffix, that is ase. Okay, for any substrate that is based on the substrate, they were giving the names. That is, example I have told, that is lactose, giving lactase, maltose, maltase. and even amylin, amylase, sucrose, sucrase are some of the examples. Okay. Nomenclature, there are 4 different types are there. Okay. The first type is means they are not even types. Okay. Means the basis we can say. Okay. They thought that they will give the names based on the suffix. They gave the names like this, giving A's as their suffix. Okay. Example I have told: maltose, maltase. Okay. Secondly, we have the source. Okay. Okay, depending on the source, we have, you know about this papaya. Okay, when we read about this cognacy, we have read about papaya giving papain is the enzyme extracted from the papaya. So from papaya, we get papain as the enzyme. And similarly, we have pineapple. Pineapple, the name of pineapple is, that is not name, the biological source of this, that is, sorry, not the source, the family of pineapple is, that is Bromeliaceae, which gives the enzyme bromelin. Okay, so the first one was suffix. Second one based on the source such as I gave an example of papaya. From papaya, papain, the enzyme extracted from the papaya was papain. Similarly, pineapple, which belong to the family, that is Bromeliaceae, giving you the enzyme name as bromelin. Okay. So thirdly, we also have this based on the substrate and the reaction type. Okay, that is pyruvate. Directly I am telling the example: pyruvate decarboxylase. Okay, pyruvate decarboxylase, you have heard this one in that is in Krebs cycle. Okay, which gives from pyruvate to acetyl CoA is the reaction. Okay, so third one was I was telling about the pyruvate decarboxylase. So from this one, what you can say, that is the pyruvate is a substrate. Okay, according to the third classification, the first one should be a substrate, and the second one should say the reaction type. Okay, now the pyruvate is the substrate, correct? From pyruvate only we are getting acetyl CoA. Secondly, decarboxylase, because there is removal of this carbon dioxide taking place here. Okay, decarboxylase, D means removal of carbon dioxide. So from pyruvate, we are getting acetyl CoA with the removal of carbon dioxide. That is called as called as means with the help of the enzyme pyruvate decarboxylase. Okay, that was the third type of naming. The fourth one is IUBN classification. Okay, the fourth one is, that is this one, IUBN classification. IUBN is nothing but the International Union of Biochemistry. Okay, the International Union of Biochemistry, it gave the name, that is it gave some EC numbers. Okay, that is enzyme commission numbers. Actually, this is not much of importance. Okay, the further one, that is the IUBN, what it gives, the certain types of enzymes, certain types of classes, what it gives, that is important. Okay, so here, according to IUBN, we have 6 different classes of enzymatic reactions. It has classified. One second. Okay, yeah. So there are 7 different. Now the addition is of translocase is another addition for this one. Okay. So in the classification of enzymes given by, this was given by IUBN. So till here, that is as a summary, we studied about the first one, that is based on the suffix, that is maltose, that is suffix was given as ase, that is maltose, from giving you the name maltase. Similarly, we have second one, that is source, obtained from which source, that is we have pineapple, that is belonging to the family Bromeliaceae, which gives the enzymes extracted from the pineapple are bromelain. Next, we have using 2 words. Okay, what is that using 2 words? That is, first one was giving the idea about what type of substrate was used. Secondly, what type of reaction was taking place. The first, that is the substrate. I have given the example of pyruvate decarboxylase. What is this that is giving you the idea. Pyruvate was was the substrate there, and there was the removal of what type of reaction was taking place, that is decarboxylation, that is removal of carbon dioxide was the reaction taking place. Okay, till here any confusions, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we'll just complete till the classification, hope so. Okay, classification, it's super easy. So I'll just start with. Okay, so the first class, that is the first class is oxidoreductase. Is the first class of enzymes are oxidoreductases. Okay, oxidoreductase. The name suggests that the reaction is that is what type of reaction, that is redox. You have heard this type of reactions in your early 12th or 11th standard and all. You heard this that is redox type of reactions. That is, we have a reducing agent, we have an oxidizing agent, which will give you the example is our ethanol. Okay, ethanol which undergoes redox reaction here in the presence of this NAD, that is NADH, sorry, NAD plus. Okay, ethanol in the presence of alcohol dehydrogenase, it is getting converted to acid, that is acetaldehyde. Okay, you can see that NAD is undergoing reduction, whereas ethanol is undergoing oxidation. You can see there is removal of this hydrogen here. Removal of hydrogen is known as, that is reduction, right? Whereas, sorry, removal of hydrogen is known as oxidation, because it is getting oxidized. This bond comes over here, and then a double bond is created, that is acetaldehyde. Aldehyde is formed. Okay, the ethanol is getting converted to aldehyde. Ethanol is undergoing oxidation process. How oxidation? It is giving its hydrogen to this NAD. Okay, NAD, so that NAD is undergoing this reduction. Addition of hydrogen is known as reduction. Addition of oxygen is known as oxidation. Hope this is clear for you. Okay, this is one of the example which can be written for this, which is written for this oxidoreductase. Okay, and further we also have some examples. Other examples of this one is, that is dehydrogenases, oxidases, peroxidases. Peroxidase I have told, that is H2. Similarly with heme, that is heme is a which type of cofactor? Guys, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you please tell me heme is which type of a cofactor? Is it a coenzyme? Is it what, metal ion, or it is what? It is prosthetic group, or what it is? Yeah, prosthetic group. Okay, using the prosthetic group we had studied this enzyme, that is the peroxidase enzyme is undergoing, that is it is aiding the reaction of converting H2O to H2O, that is water plus oxygen. Okay.
Oxygen.
Okay.
Yes.
That is the first one, oxidoreductase. Secondly, yeah, the second one is transferases. So yeah, transferase, what it will do, transferase is nothing but the transferring. Okay, that is it is just aiding in the see, in this example I can say that is A and B is bound initially, but while giving the product, B and C is bound, leaving back the A. Okay, the best example is our glucose. Okay, so transferase, it just transfers the molecules, that's it. Okay, now you can see this glucose. Okay, we have this hexokinase, this is the first step. If you remember, this is the first step of the that is glycolysis. This is the first step, right? That is the glucose gets converted to glucose 6 phosphate, which is the first step. So what was happening in the first step here? You should remember that there is no use of any hydrogen ions or any other things. Okay, here only there is giving. Okay, there is giving between, means let me explain you. Yeah, here there was A and B, right? Similar, in the place of A and B, you just think about glucose, and C, in place of C there is ATP. Okay, don't see here. Okay, ATP was there. Yeah, now the glucose plus this one, now just the that is ATP is a triphosphate, right? It is getting converted into a, here the A comes to be, that is ADP. Okay, we had this glucose. Glucose is getting phosphorylated in the presence of ATP. There is just the interchange in this one, means here there was 3 phosphate. It is a very good friend, so it is giving one of the phosphate to this one. Okay, there is just the rearrangement of the molecules between the two reactants, that's it. Okay, there is no addition or anything. Whereas here it's slightly different. Here it's called as redox because of the involvement of hydrogen as well as oxygen, right? Here there was involvement of hydrogen as well as oxygen, but whereas here there is no involvement of such. Okay, there is just the transfer. If you are having more, you just give one to others. Okay,
Ma'am.
Yeah.
But here phosphate group is getting added, no?
Yeah,
So
so I'll repeat once again. The difference between the first one and the second one is, the first one there was the addition of the hydrogen or any there was addition of hydrogen here especially. Okay, whereas this transferases, there is only transfer, means what? Transferring. Okay, remember like that, transfer means there is transfer of one of the thing to another one, that's it. Okay, transfer of one phosphate to this one, that's the basic meaning of this one. Okay. There are three, that is 3 phosphates are here. It is giving one of this to our glucose, making it 6, that is glucose 6 phosphate. So and also remember that depends on the, now that yeah, you have heard about this transaminases, kinases and all. Okay, kinase, wherever you remember the second one, that is about kinase. Okay, in our next, okay, this is the very important enzyme. In actually in many places we will you will hear this in this word. Okay, kinase. Kinase, whenever it comes, the work of kinase, even here also you can hear. That is, one second. Sorry. So yeah, wherever you hear the word kinase, kinase is for the phosphate group. Okay, it is just transferring the phosphate group from the ATP to this one glucose. So the kinase word is for the phosphor, that is for the transfer of phosphate group. Similarly, we have this transaminase for the transfer of amino group. Okay. So based on that one, we have given the names. So wherever you hear the word kinase, it is for the transfer of phosphate group to the substrate. Secondly, another example is like transaminases for the transfer of amino acids. Till here, did you understand? Or
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
okay. Thirdly, we have hydrolases. Hydrolases is just the addition of water. Okay. Simply, we have this complex molecule, that is sucrose is present, which is undergoing that is broken down into glucose as well as fructose. This is usually happening in our digestion, right? Okay, sucrose, in the presence of sucrase, it is the enzyme needed for the that is for the digestion of sucrose in the presence of water. Now you can see after there is breakdown, the bond is broken down here. Okay, H2O also breaks down into OH as well as H. Okay, so what is hydrolase? Hydrolase means I'm talking about different groups. Okay, till now I have talked about, first one is oxidoreductase, second one is transferase, third one is hydroxylase. Okay, that is hydrolases. Sorry, hydrolase are the enzymes which means which is just helping in the breakdown this water. Okay, that is in the presence of water only they work. Okay, that is sucrose is broken down into two different subunits, that is glucose as well as fructose, with the breakdown of this water into OH and H. Okay, did you understood this one? Or and also we have some examples, other examples of this one, that is the enzymes required for the digestion, such as amylase, lipase, maltase, everything which is required for the breakdown of this disaccharide oil or polysaccharide into simple sugars. We need some enzymes, right, for the this sucrose or even starch. Okay, we need some enzymes to digest that, to digest such complex polysaccharides. These enzymes using water will break down into smaller fragments, smaller sugars. That is one such example is of sucrose. Okay, so in this hydrolases, you can give the examples of all your digestive enzymes. Okay, understood? Okay, next one is lyases. Okay, lyases are the enzyme, okay, which just breaks. Okay, opposite to this is our ligase. There are two similar similar appearing words, that is lyase as well as ligase. Here we are talking about lyase. Lyase just breaks down. Wherever you hear the word lyase, okay, means breaking. Lyase means breaking of the bond. Okay, that is A and B is broken down into A plus B. So one such example is of this aldolase, decarboxylase, carbonic anhydrase, and all, and aldolase, yeah, fumarase are some of the examples of this lyases, which just breaks the bond. That is example is this one. Okay, which is just breaking the bond. Okay, yeah, which is just breaking the bond, so that we will get, means there is no addition of water or there is no redox reaction taking place. There is no other, that is, there is no presence of ATP, NADP, that is cofactors in this reaction. Only the enzyme is there, the substrate is there, which is undergoing the breakdown. That's it. Okay. Lyase, it's just cutting into two pieces. Okay. Isomerase. Next one is isomerase. Probably isomerase is, you have heard the word of isomers. Isomers are nothing but they are structurally similar. They are that is chemically also they are similar. Only they are different in their arrangement of molecules. Okay. Only they are different in arrangement of molecules. That is, yeah, how I have shown here, the same thing. That is, A, B, C are arranged like this. They just get that is organized by its own. Okay. That is, you have heard about cis trans isomerization. Okay. That is, in our glucose itself, we have this, if the bond is of OH here and H is here. Okay. As compared to, okay, so isomerase is nothing but the change in the, that is that is interchange between the isomers. Okay, that is the arrangement of the molecules gets that is rearrangement of the molecules in itself. Okay, that is in some examples, that is in glucose only we have some examples. Okay, the OH was at this position, which comes down. Okay, and also you have heard about levose and dextrose. Similar thing is taking place here. Okay, that is called as isomerization. Some examples are like optical isomerization, geometric isomers. Optical isomers are levose and dextrose. Probably you know about this one, that is levose are positive and dextrose are negative. That is D-glucuronide phosphate and all. We use the D, right? Here also we have D. D means dextrose. L means levose. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Last one is last one for the today is ligase. So ligase, the activity of the ligase activity you will directly see in the nuclease. That is ligase is nothing but it's a gum. Okay, it just sticks. I have told about lyase. Okay, what is the difference between lyase and ligase? Is lyase means breaking. Okay, when ly means breaking.
Breaking.
Yeah, lig means it is forming a glue. G is there. Okay, remember that. G for glue, G for binding. Okay, it just forms a new bonds. Okay, you can see here. This is forming a bond. Okay, but yeah, it is forming the bond, and here, yeah, basically, yeah, this is forming with this one. Okay, there is just the formation of bond. Okay, ligase, probably you will also hear in the synthesis of the new DNA. Okay, when you have, okay, when the DNA, in the synthesis of DNA. Okay.
Ma'am, sorry for disturbing.
Yeah.
I have on the organic things. Can I?
Okay. Yeah, it's done. Okay, another 2 minutes maybe, probably. Okay, if you want to wait, you can wait. Okay, this is the last one. Okay, so ligase is nothing but in the DNA synthesis we have, okay, once that is, we have heard about, probably in 12th standard you have heard about this ligase. Okay, ligase is like glue where it acts. Okay, to stick this one, that is we have this continuous strand of DNA, that is lagging strand and leading strand. Do you remember? Okay, in that DNA synthesis, in the lagging strand, we probably we have heard about this ligase enzyme. Okay, similar, the main motive of this one was that is gluing. Okay, remember that much. Next, translocase is the last one. Translocase is nothing but the it is binding to the that is to one of the substrate present outside the cell. Okay, means one such vague example, that is the if you want the substrate to come inside this inside this mitochondria, okay, or inside the cell. Okay, now this is the plasma membrane, which is outside. One substrate is waiting. Okay, it should come inside. To come inside, it needs some transporter. Okay, this is like the river. Okay, you need some boat, right, to travel inside. That is the work done by this translocase. That's it. Okay, yeah, this we are going to take tomorrow. So hope you understood. Okay, if you have any doubts, you
Okay.
can text me. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.